In the cold expanse of space, aboard the formidable warship Zyntherion, the elite warriors of the Yl'karn fleet were gathered, their attention fixed on the holographic display of Earth. The ship hummed with the power of advanced technology, its corridors a testament to their militaristic prowess. Commander Xylox, a towering figure with scales that shimmered like polished steel, addressed his crew with an air of disdain. "Observe," warrior's eye Xylox intoned, gesturing to the image of a human cradling a small, furry creature. "This is what these earthlings cherish, a diminutive beast they call a pet." Laughter rippled through the room, a chorus of alien voices mocking the peculiar human practice. Among them, Lieutenant Vrax, known for his sharp wit, leaned forward, eyes glinting with amusement. Do they believe these creatures offer protection? Or perhaps they are sustenance in times of need? The room erupted in jeers. The idea of humans relying on such beings for anything other than food seemed absurd to the Yl'karn, a race that valued strength and utility above all. Yet, beneath the surface of their mockery lay a curiosity that refused to be quelled. "Silence," Xylox commanded, his voice cutting through the cacophony. "We have been tasked with understanding these humans, their weaknesses, their strengths if any exist. Dismiss your preconceived notions and prepare for our descent." As the warriors dispersed, Vrax lingered, his mind turning over this new mission. His skepticism was shared by many, but there was an undercurrent of intrigue. The humans, with their unpredictable nature, had managed to elude complete understanding. Perhaps there was more to them than met the eye. The Zyntherion descended through Earth's atmosphere with the grace of a predator stalking its prey, settling in a remote, wooded area far from prying human eyes. The warriors disembarked, their imposing figures stark against the tranquil backdrop of nature. Their mission was simple: capture a human and their pet for study. Yet, as they moved through the forest, the serenity around them was shattered by an unexpected sound, a low, rumbling growl that seemed to emanate from the shadows. Vrax halted, his senses on high alert. "What manner of creature is this?" he murmured, his gaze sweeping the underbrush. From the darkness emerged a small, sleek figure with fur as black as the void of space and eyes that gleamed with an unsettling intelligence. It was a cat, a creature of Earth, that prowled with a confidence unfitting its size. The warriors exchanged bewildered glances, their bravado faltering in the face of this enigmatic animal. Vrax crouched, attempting to gauge the threat level of this unexpected encounter. Is this one of their pets, it seems? Unafraid. The cat approached with a regal air, its tail flicking as it assessed the intruders with a level of scrutiny that made even the seasoned warriors uneasy. Xylox, watching from the rear, felt a flicker of irritation at the distraction. "Vrax, it is but a minor beast. Proceed with the capture." Yet, as Vrax extended his hand towards the creature, it hissed, a sound that resonated with a ferocity that belied its size. The warriors recoiled, a ripple of apprehension passing through them. "This is no ordinary animal," Vrax said, his voice laced with a newfound respect. "Perhaps there is more to these pets than we assumed." The cat, having made its point, turned and vanished into the forest, leaving the warriors to ponder the encounter. For the first time, the Yl'karn warriors felt a sliver of doubt about their mission and the true nature of their human adversaries. The Yl'karn warriors regrouped, their confidence slightly shaken by the unexpected encounter. The forest, with its dense foliage and unfamiliar sounds, felt alien to them despite their advanced technology. Vrax, still pondering the cat's fearless demeanor, led the way, his senses attuned to the environment. "Commander, are we certain this is the best approach?" Vrax asked, breaking the silence that had settled over the group. "The humans may prove more challenging than anticipated." Xylox, ever the pragmatist, nodded. "We must adapt. They are unpredictable, but that is why we study them. Proceed with caution." As they moved deeper into the woods, the sound of human voices reached their ears. The warriors paused, their curiosity piqued. Ahead, a small clearing opened up, revealing a campsite where a human male sat by a flickering fire, a cat perched beside him like a vigilant sentinel. The man, unaware of his observers, was talking to the cat with an ease that suggested familiarity. "You know, Shadow, I've always thought you were more than just a pet. You're my guardian, aren't you?" The cat, Shadow, responded with a soft purr, its eyes never leaving the forest's edge where the Yl'karn hid. Vrax watched the exchange with growing fascination, noting the genuine bond between human and animal. "Is this the target?" one of the warriors whispered, eyeing the scene with uncertainty. Vrax nodded, signaling for silence. "Observe first," We must understand their dynamic. The human, named Alex, continued speaking, his voice carrying a mixture of warmth and humor. Remember the time you scared off that bear? I thought I was a goner until you showed up, all claws and fury. The warriors exchanged confused glances. A bear was a formidable creature, yet this human credited his survival to the small feline. The idea was baffling, yet the sincerity in Alex's voice was undeniable. Xylox, observing from a distance, felt a shift in his perception. There is more to this relationship than we assumed. It seems these pets play a significant role in their lives. As the night deepened, Alex rose and began to pack up his campsite, the cat following his every move with an air of authority. The warriors watched, their mission hanging in the balance as they debated their next move. We could capture him now, one warrior suggested, eager to complete their task. Vrax shook his head. No, we must understand why this bond exists. Rushing in would be a mistake. The decision was made to follow Alex, observing from the shadows as he navigated the forest with Shadow by his side. The cat's presence seemed to embolden him, its sharp senses guiding him through the darkness. As the hours passed, Vrax found himself reluctantly admiring the human's resourcefulness. Alex moved with a confidence that suggested he was no stranger to the wilderness, and Shadow's keen instincts only enhanced his capabilities. Finally, as dawn broke, Alex reached the edge of a small town, the cat still at his side. The warriors halted, knowing they could not follow without revealing themselves. Xylox turned to his team, his expression thoughtful. We have learned much, yet there is more to discover. This human and his pet may hold the key to understanding their kind. Vrax nodded, his skepticism giving way to a begrudging respect. They are more resilient than we gave them credit for. Perhaps we underestimated their potential. As they retreated into the forest, the warriors carried with them a new perspective, one that would shape their understanding of humanity and its curious bond with the creatures they called pets. The mission was far from over, but the lessons learned would prove invaluable in the days to come. The Yl'karn warriors regrouped aboard the Zyntherion, their minds abuzz with the revelations from their terrestrial excursion. The stark contrast between their own culture and the humans was both perplexing and intriguing. Vrax, now tasked with presenting their findings, stood before the council, a holographic image of Alex and Shadow projected for all to see. Commander Xylox, esteemed warriors, Vrax began, his voice steady. Our observations have revealed a unique bond between humans and their pets, exemplified by this man, Alex, and his feline companion. The council members, creatures of logic and strategy, leaned forward, their curiosity piqued. Xylox gestured for Vrax to continue, his expression unreadable. These animals, though small and seemingly insignificant, provide humans with more than companionship. They enhance their abilities, offering protection and support in ways we did not anticipate, Vrax explained, recalling the night's events. This cat, Shadow, displayed an intelligence and awareness beyond our expectations. A murmur of surprise rippled through the assembly. The idea that such creatures could play a vital role in human survival challenged their preconceived notions. Are you suggesting these pets are strategic assets? One council member inquired, skepticism lacing his tone. In a manner of speaking, yes, Vrax replied. They are integral to human life, offering a symbiotic relationship that enhances their adaptability. Xylox, ever the strategist, considered this new information. If these creatures are indeed assets, how do we utilize this knowledge in our mission? Vrax hesitated, aware of the potential implications. Understanding this bond may allow us to predict human behavior, perhaps even influence it. But it requires deeper study. The council deliberated, weighing the merits of this unexpected discovery. The Yl'karn, known for their tactical prowess, recognized the value in understanding an opponent's strengths, as well as their weaknesses. Very well, Xylox concluded. We will continue our observations, focusing on these human-animal relationships. Vrax, you will lead this initiative. With the decision made, Vrax felt a mix of anticipation and uncertainty. The task ahead was daunting, yet the opportunity to unravel the mysteries of human resilience was a challenge he welcomed. As the warriors prepared for another descent to Earth, Vrax found himself reflecting on the previous night's encounter. Shadow's unwavering loyalty and Alex's reliance on his feline companion were testaments to a bond that transcended mere survival. It was a puzzle that demanded further exploration. The Zyntherion once again made its descent, this time with a clearer objective. The warriors, equipped with new strategies, navigated the forest with a sense of purpose. Their target was not just Alex and Shadow, but the broader understanding of humanity's connection to their pets. As they approached the town, Vrax devised a plan to observe without detection. We must blend in, gather information without alarming the humans, he instructed, adjusting his appearance with a cloaking device that mimicked the environment. The warriors dispersed, each taking a different vantage point. Vrax, choosing a spot near Alex's home, watched as the human went about his daily routine. Shadow, ever vigilant, remained at his side, its presence a constant reassurance. Throughout the day, Vrax observed the interactions between humans and their pets. Dogs led their owners with boundless energy, birds chirped from their cages, and cats like Shadow roamed with an air of regal independence. It was a tapestry of life that spoke to the complexity of human society. As dusk settled, Vrax regrouped with his team, eager to share their findings. The warriors, each with their own observations, contributed to a growing tapestry of understanding. These humans are not as solitary as we believed, one warrior noted. Their pets provide companionship and a sense of community. Another added, they adapt their environments to accommodate these creatures, altering their behavior to suit the needs of their companions. Vrax listened, his respect for the humans growing with each revelation. This mission, once seen as a simple reconnaissance, had evolved into a study of resilience and adaptability. As they prepared to return to the Zyntherion, Vrax felt a renewed sense of purpose. The mysteries of humanity, woven with the threads of their relationships with animals, were a puzzle he was determined to solve. The Yl'karn's understanding of their adversaries was expanding, and with it, the potential for alliance or conflict. The path forward was uncertain, but the journey promised to be enlightening. Back aboard the Zyntherion, the Yl'karn warriors gathered to synthesize their observations. Vrax, now deeply immersed in the nuances of human-animal interactions, prepared to present their findings to Commander Xylox and the Council. Warriors, Vrax began. Addressing the assembly with newfound insight, our continued surveillance has confirmed that humans derive significant strength from their bond with animals. These relationships are not mere indulgences, they are strategic alliances. The Council, intrigued by the depth of Vrax's report, listened intently. Xylox, always a step ahead, posed the question that lingered in everyone's mind. How do we leverage this understanding to our advantage? Vrax considered his response carefully. By recognizing the importance of these bonds, we can predict human behavior and potentially influence their decisions. For instance, by understanding their reliance on animals, we could devise strategies to either sever or strengthen these connections, depending on our objectives. A murmur of agreement rippled through the Council. The notion of influencing human actions through their pets offered a strategic edge previously unexplored. Are you suggesting we manipulate these creatures? One council member asked, his tone cautious yet intrigued. Not necessarily manipulation, Vrax clarified, but rather understanding the dynamics at play. We can use this knowledge to foster cooperation or, if needed, create strategic diversions. Xylox, ever pragmatic, nodded in approval. Proceed with this approach. Continue your observations and develop scenarios where this information can be applied. With their mission redefined, the warriors prepared for another expedition to Earth, this time with a focus on interaction rather than mere observation. Vrax, now leading the initiative, felt the weight of responsibility. The potential to reshape their understanding of humanity was within reach, and he intended to seize it. As they descended once more, Vrax pondered the delicate balance between observation and interference. The goal was to learn, not to disrupt, yet the line between the two was thin. Upon reaching the familiar forest, the warriors adopted their cloaked forms, blending seamlessly with the environment. Their objective was to engage with humans, subtly testing the boundaries of their relationships with animals. Vrax, accompanied by a small team, approached the town with caution. The plan was simple: initiate contact with Alex and Shadow, observe their reactions, and gather data. It was a test of both their understanding and their ability to adapt. As they neared Alex's home, Shadow appeared, its eyes narrowing as it sensed their presence. Vrax halted, signaling his team to remain hidden. The cat, with its uncanny awareness, was a formidable gatekeeper. Vrax, what do we do? A warrior whispered, eyeing the feline warily. Vrax considered their options. We wait. Let the human come to us. Moments later, Alex emerged, his gaze scanning the area. Shadow, at his side, remained vigilant. Vrax stepped forward, allowing himself to be seen, his form still shrouded in the illusion of invisibility. "Who's there?" Alex called out, his voice steady despite the uncertainty. Vrax decided to respond, his voice modulated to sound less intimidating. "We mean no harm. We are observers interested in learning about your world." Alex frowned, his curiosity tempered by caution. "Observers? From where?" "A place far from here," Vrax replied cryptically, maintaining the veil of mystery. "We seek to understand the bond between you and your companion." Shadow, as if sensing the sincerity in Vrax's words, relaxed slightly, though its gaze remained sharp. Alex, intrigued by the encounter, nodded slowly. "Shadow's more than a pet. He's family. We've been through a lot together." This admission resonated with Vrax, confirming the depth of the human-animal connection. "And this bond, it strengthens you." Alex chuckled, a sound filled with genuine warmth. "Absolutely. He's saved my skin more times than I can count." The warriors, listening intently, absorbed the exchange. It was a testament to the resilience and adaptability of humans, qualities that were becoming increasingly apparent. Vrax, satisfied with the interaction, took a step back. "Thank you for sharing. We will leave you in peace." Alex, still processing the surreal encounter, nodded. "Take care, whoever you are." As the warriors retreated, Vrax felt a sense of accomplishment. The exchange had been brief, yet it provided invaluable insights. The bond between humans and their animals was a cornerstone of their resilience, a truth that could not be ignored. Returning to the Zyntherion, Vrax prepared to relay their findings. The mission, once a simple reconnaissance, had evolved into a study of human strength and adaptability. The Yl'karn's understanding of their potential allies or adversaries was expanding, and with it, the possibilities for future interactions. The journey was far from over, but the path forward was clearer than ever. Back on the Zyntherion, Vrax stood before the council, ready to present the latest findings from their encounter with Alex and Shadow. The room was filled with anticipation, the warriors eager to hear how their understanding of humans had evolved. "Commander Xylox, esteemed Council," Vrax began, his tone measured. "Our recent engagement with the human Alex and his cat, Shadow, has confirmed the depth of the bond between humans and their animals. This relationship is not just emotional but enhances their resilience and adaptability." Xylox leaned forward, his interest piqued. "Explain how this bond influences their behavior and decision-making." Vrax nodded, recalling the interaction with clarity. "The presence of these animals provides humans with a sense of security and companionship. This bond fosters trust and cooperation, which in turn bolsters their ability to face challenges. For instance, Alex attributed his survival in dangerous situations to Shadow's awareness and protective instincts." The council exchanged thoughtful glances, recognizing the strategic implications of this information. One member spoke up, curiosity evident in his voice. "How can we use this knowledge to our advantage in potential conflicts or alliances?" "By understanding the importance of these bonds, we can predict human reactions and potentially guide their actions," Vrax explained. "For example, fostering positive interactions with their animals could lead to cooperation, while disrupting these bonds might weaken their resolve." Xylox, ever the tactician, saw the potential in this approach. "We must tread carefully. The goal is to understand, not to provoke unnecessary conflict. Continue your research with this in mind." With their mission refined, the warriors prepared for another journey to Earth, this time with a focus on deeper engagement and understanding. Vrax, now more attuned to the complexities of human behavior, felt a sense of purpose as they descended once more. Upon reaching the familiar forest, the warriors dispersed, each tasked with observing different aspects of human-animal interactions. Vrax, accompanied by a small team, returned to Alex's town, their objective to gain further insights into the symbiotic relationship between humans and their pets. As they approached Alex's home, they found him engaged in a familiar routine, with Shadow ever present at his side. The cat, aware of their presence, greeted them with a curious gaze, its demeanor calm but alert. "Back again," Alex called out, a hint of amusement in his voice. "What brings you to our neck of the woods this time?" Vrax, maintaining his respectful stance, replied, "We wish to learn more about your world and the role these animals play in it. Your insights have been invaluable." Alex chuckled, clearly intrigued by the ongoing study. Well, Shadow here is more than willing to show you the ropes. Aren't you, buddy? Shadow responded with a soft purr, its eyes fixed on Vrax with an intelligence that was impossible to ignore. The cat's behavior was a testament to the depth of its understanding and connection with Alex. Throughout the day, Vrax and his team observed the interactions between Alex and Shadow. The cat's presence seemed to enhance Alex's efficiency and decision-making, its instincts guiding him through various tasks with ease. As night fell, Vrax took the opportunity to engage Alex in conversation, seeking to delve deeper into the nuances of their bond. What is it about Shadow that makes him so integral to your life? Alex paused, considering his response. Shadow's not just a pet. He's a partner. He senses things I can't, keeps me grounded, and reminds me of what's important. This admission resonated with Vrax, affirming the strategic value of understanding these relationships. And this partnership, it strengthens your resolve. Absolutely, Alex replied, his voice filled with conviction. We've been through thick and thin together. It's a bond that's hard to explain but impossible to ignore. The warriors, listening to the exchange, absorbed the insights with keen interest. The human-animal connection was a powerful force, one that could not be underestimated. As the night wore on, Vrax and his team prepared to depart, their mission accomplished. The engagement had provided valuable data, enhancing their understanding of the intricate dynamics at play. Returning to the Zyntherion, Vrax reflected on the day's events. The journey had been enlightening, offering a glimpse into the resilience and adaptability of humanity. The bond between humans and their animals was a testament to their strength, a lesson that would shape the Yl'karn's approach to future interactions. The mission was far from over, but the path forward was clearer than ever. With each encounter, the warriors grew more attuned to the complexities of human behavior, paving the way for potential alliances or conflicts. The journey was one of discovery, and Vrax was determined to see it through to its conclusion. The Zyntherion hovered silently above the earth, its crew immersed in the data gathered from their encounters. Vrax, now deeply engrossed in the complexities of human-animal relationships, prepared to brief Commander Xylox and the Council on the potential applications of their findings. Commander Xylox, esteemed Council, Vrax began, his tone confident. Our continued interactions with humans, specifically Alex and his cat, Shadow, have provided us with profound insights into the strategic value of these relationships. Xylox, attentive as always, leaned forward. Summarize the key implications of this bond. Vrax nodded, his thoughts clear. The bond between humans and their animals enhances their resilience, providing emotional support and heightened awareness. This symbiosis can be leveraged to predict and influence human actions, potentially guiding diplomatic efforts or conflict resolution. A council member interjected, curiosity evident. How exactly do these animals influence human behavior? Through companionship and instinctual support, Vrax explained. Animals like Shadow offer protection and emotional stability, enabling humans to navigate challenges with increased confidence. Xylox, ever strategic, saw the potential in this approach. We must proceed with caution. Our goal is to foster understanding, not provoke hostility. Continue your research with this focus. With their mission refined, the warriors prepared for another descent. This time, their objective was not only to observe but to engage more deeply, testing the boundaries of human-animal interactions and their impact on decision-making. Upon reaching the forest, Vrax and his team approached Alex's town with renewed purpose. Their aim was to interact with various humans and their pets, gathering data on how these relationships influence daily life. As they entered the town, they observed a range of interactions: dogs guiding their owners, cats weaving through crowds with grace, and birds chirping in harmony with their human companions. Each interaction provided valuable insights into the multifaceted nature of these bonds. Vrax, accompanied by his team, approached Alex's home, finding him engaged in conversation with a neighbor. Shadow, as always, was nearby, its presence a comforting constant. Back for more observations, Alex greeted them with a smile, his demeanor welcoming. Vrax nodded, appreciative of the human's openness. Yes, your insights have been invaluable. We seek to understand how these relationships influence your community as a whole. Alex gestured to the bustling street. It's simple, really. Our pets are part of our families, they keep us connected, grounded. Shadow, sensing the focus on him, sauntered over to Vrax, its eyes reflecting a wisdom that belied its size. The cat's behavior was a testament to the depth of its bond with Alex, a connection that was both intuitive and profound. Throughout the day, Vrax and his team engaged with various townsfolk, each interaction shedding light on the integral role pets played in their lives. The warriors noted the mutual dependence and trust that characterized these relationships, a dynamic that was both intriguing and strategic. As night fell, Vrax took the opportunity to converse with Alex once more, seeking to delve deeper into the nuances of their bond. What is it about Shadow that makes him so integral to your life? Alex paused, considering his response. Shadow's not just a pet. He's a partner. He senses things I can't, keeps me grounded, and reminds me of what's important. This admission resonated with Vrax, affirming the strategic value of understanding these relationships, and this partnership, it strengthens your resolve. Absolutely, Alex replied, his voice filled with conviction. We've been through thick and thin together. It's a bond that's hard to explain but impossible to ignore. The warriors, listening to the exchange, absorbed the insights with keen interest. The human-animal connection was a powerful force, one that could not be underestimated. As the night wore on, Vrax and his team prepared to depart, their mission accomplished. The engagement had provided valuable data, enhancing their understanding of the intricate dynamics at play. Returning to the Zyntherion, Vrax reflected on the day's events. The journey had been enlightening, offering a glimpse into the resilience and adaptability of humanity. The bond between humans and their animals was a testament to their strength, a lesson that would shape the Yl'karn's approach to future interactions. The mission was far from over, but the path forward was clearer than ever. With each encounter, the warriors grew more attuned to the complexities of human behavior, paving the way for potential alliances or conflicts. The journey was one of discovery, and Vrax was determined to see it through to its conclusion.